Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my dear students. Global English 9, Level A. Today we are going with Lesson 2, Unit 3. And as you can see here, the title is Problems and Solutions. And the first thing in this lesson is a very interesting quote that says, "A problem shared is a problem halved." For me, myself, I see that this is very true. If you have a problem, you should share it with someone you trust and you can depend on his opinion. So he's a reliable person if you don't have the enough experience to go through this kind of problem to find its solution. Now, if you look at this picture in your books, you'll find a lady who is putting the headset and she has a mic in front of her. So she's probably working as a program presenter. And this can be in a TV show or in a radio show. So this one is a radio show, as you can see. Now, we'll listen to a specific audio script. And what sort of radio program is this? So we need to find out what kind of radio program we're having here. This is the first task. So please listen carefully.
Welcome to today's program. Our first caller is on the line. It's Justine, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Hello, Justine. How can we help?
Well, I've fallen out with my best friend and I feel really upset about it.
Why did you fall out?
Because she's always talking about other people behind their backs and I don't like it. So I told her so and we had a really terrible row.
Oh, I see. Well, the first thing is, Justine, don't feel bad about it. You did the right thing by telling her.
But she hasn't spoken to me for a week.
Well, maybe you need to call her and tell her you want to make up and be friends again. See how she reacts. If she's a true friend, she'll be feeling bad about it too. But it's sometimes hard when you're the one who's in the wrong to make the first move.
Okay, thanks. I will. I'll call her. Why not? I've got nothing to lose.
Our next caller is Tom. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm a bit depressed, actually.
Okay, yes, you sound a bit down. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm always getting into trouble at school.
Are you getting bad marks in tests and exams?
No, it's not that. It's just that I find it hard to concentrate sometimes. And I talk to my friends, but it's not always my fault. They talk to me and I get the blame.
Right, well, I think it would be a good idea to talk to your form teacher and explain that you're feeling unhappy.
Okay, I'll try, but I don't think she's going to listen to me.
You need to tell her that it isn't always you who starts talking.
I could try that, but I'm not sure it's going to make any difference.
Okay, Tom. I'm sure you can sort this out. I think you've done really well by phoning to talk about how you feel. And I think, perhaps, that your teacher has got the wrong impression of you. You sound to me like an intelligent boy, but I think you don't have a lot of self-confidence. I think you can do well at school. You just need to focus a bit more and not get distracted by your friends.
Well, thank you. I will try.
You can do it, I'm sure. Now cheer up and don't worry. If you don't feel like going to see your teacher and talking about it, you can always write to her.
Actually, that's a good idea. Then maybe I can talk to her afterwards.
Exactly. And next we have Rashid. Now, Rashid, what's the problem?
It's totally ridiculous. The school's told me I've got to repeat a year. No way! I'm really fed up about it.
It must have been hard to be told that. Now just calm down and tell me about it. Why have you got to repeat a year?
Well, I failed my exams because I moved schools, and I hadn't done some of the work, so I couldn't answer some of the questions. I think it's really unfair.
You're right. It does sound unfair. But in the end, it might be best for you. It'll give you a chance to catch up.
I know, but it's a whole year.
Well, if you do well, the school may allow you to move up early.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. What you've got to do is to show them you can do it. Then you can put this behind you and move on.
But how do I do that?
Well, it'll be hard, but if you're determined, you can do it. Do you think you've got that kind of determination?
Yes, I think I have. I'm quite a determined sort of person. I don't give up easily.
Well, there's your answer. Go for it.
Thanks. Okay, yeah, I will.
Track 6.
Welcome to...
And now, as we have heard, this is a bit long audio track. It needs you to concentrate very well because the lesson is mainly built on that. So, what sort of program is this? Yes, we call it a phone-in call or a phone-in programs where you have consultations for problems. So this is a type of programs on the radio or a radio show where you can call the audio or the radio presenter and you consult her or him about some problems you are facing, as you've heard. Okay, now if you're looking at the second question here, rewrite these sentences and phrases from the radio program to explain what the verbs in italics, and if you remember italics, this type of typing, what it means. So, for example, number 1, I've fallen out with my best friend. From your understanding and your listening, and you are totally free to rewind the video and or play back the video to the part where you have this audio script, and then you listen again to try to guess the meaning. I'll help you do this now. I've fallen out with my best friend, so it seems from the problem that, yes, they are in a clash. So I've fallen out, so I disagreed with my best friend. So, or we are no longer in good terms. Tell her you want to make up. Tell her you want to make up. So tell her you want to talk to her again and be friends one more time, as usual. Now, cheer up. Yes, cheer up means be happy and forget about the sad experience. Now, number 4, now just calm down. Yes, calm down, relax, and forget about this past or this bad experience. Number 5, I'll give you a chance to catch up. Yes, I'll give you a chance to be on the same level with the other learners. Like if you are, if you're absent for a whole week in the school, so you need to study those lessons with your teacher in some additional periods so that you catch up with your peers in the classroom. Now, 6, then you can put this behind you. Put this behind you, so it means forget about this past experience and you don't need to get back to it anymore. And move on means, yes, look to the future. Look to the future. That's great. Now listen again, and as I told you, you can get back to that part at the very beginning of the lesson and try to find the answers of those questions. You need 1 minute to read them, think of their answers. Afterwards, pause the video, get back to the part of the audio script, listen to it one more time, then you will find the answers ready for you to check after you do them yourself. So don't forget, pause the video, get back, then answer on your own. At the end, double check your answers as they will appear here. I'll give you 1 minute to read the questions. Thank you. And after you have read the questions, simply you'll find the answers here. Number one, they're all upset about something and they don't know what to do. They want some advice. 3, Claudia advises Justine to call her friend, and so on. 4 and 5, as you can see here. But 6 and 7 will be left to your own explanation. As you can see, you're the one to judge who is in the most critical situation and how he or she can find the solution for this. Okay, now we have question 4. Listen one more time. Who says each of these? We have those phrases taken from the audio script, and we need to find out who is the person. Like, for example, number 1, oh, I see, it's said by Claudia. Then match it with one of these expressions. Does it show acceptance or encouragement? Tells her it's okay, go ahead with it. Frustration, so she's angry or he's angry. Gratitude, so yes, I'm thankful to this. This is what it means. Interest, so you're interested in this. Sympathy, so you feel sad and you and you have the same feelings as them or as this other person. Or understanding, so you're understanding or you show some understanding to the situation he or she is in. Afterwards, you need to match the words here or the names of people for each with one of the expressions given, and we have just illustrated. I'll give you 2 minutes to do this on your own. Thank you, everyone. I hope you listened to that one more time and then you found out the answers on your own. Then compare your answers to the one we have. Number 1 is already answered for you in your books. Number 2, Justine. A. 3, Claudia. E. 4, Claudia. B. And it goes on until you reach 8 and 10, which are weird a little bit. Claudia can be F or G, and also Claudia can be F or G. And if we can get back to the text itself or the questions, you'll find that F and G, sympathy and understanding. So she's trying to put herself in the same situation, so she sympathizes with the caller, with Claudia, and then Claudia has shown the understanding to the opinion of the radio program presenter. Now, looking at the present continuous with always as a use of English part, we're not familiar with it, but we always use always with present simple, like I always go to school by bus, or I always meet my friends at the weekends. But here, if you use always with present continuous, it means that you're criticizing, you're telling that this is not that good, or it's a negative point. For example, I'm always getting into trouble at school. So this is a negative experience or something you're criticizing. She's always talking about people behind their backs, which is something that is not socially acceptable. Now, number 1, think about things here in question number 5 to complete with a suitable verb for each of them using present continuous with always from your own experience. Like, for example, they about their latest holiday, but they never asked me about mine. So they are always asking about, or they are always talking about their latest holiday, but they never ask me about mine. This can be something annoying. My mobile phone, I can never find it. Yes, I am always losing my mobile phone. He, about the weather, tell him to cheer up, it's not that bad. Yes, he is always complaining about the weather. It's too hot today, and I don't know what. Just say, thank God, alhamdulillah, then everything will be okay. Number 4, you my bike without asking me. It's really annoying. So you are always taking my bike without asking me, and it really annoys him. You just let me finish what I was saying for once. So, yes, you are always interrupting me. You are always interrupting me. That is great. So that was all for the course book. And if you look at the workbook, we have this interesting part here. Question number 1, you have the phrasal verbs and we know their meanings. And we need to put them in the proper places, in the proper gaps. Question number 2, we need to circle this together. Number 1, it's wrong to talk about someone behind their back. Thank you. Number 2, this is page 18, to draw your attention one more time. I know you didn't mean to get angry. Don't feel bad about it. It must have been difficult to tell the head teacher what happened, but you did the right thing. When you are in the wrong or when you're in the wrong way, the best thing is to apologize. Yes, when you're in the wrong. 5, when you've had an argument with a friend you want to make up, it's sometimes hard to the first move. Yes, to make the first move. That was all for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be waiting for your questions on the inbox, and the other teachers will do as well. If you have anything, do not hesitate to approach your teacher as usual. Thank you. See you soon. Assalamu alaikum.